Standing in your own truth is not easy. When your truth disagrees with what everyone else wants you to believe, or if it deviates from a conventional narrative, it can feel totally alienating. You can find yourself existing in a psycho-energetic environment that's constantly pressuring you to conform. That pressure is a bit like a monster that wants to consume you. Resisting it can be exhausting. It can leave you feeling frustrated, beaten, hopelessly isolated, and afraid. Excuse me. The monster is more real than you might imagine. And the scholarly term for it is egregore. And few people are aware of the existence of such a thing. An egregore is a thought form entity, a non-physical creature that's created automatically as a synthesis of the thoughts of every human being who adopts the beliefs of a shared concept of reality, a shared narrative, an existential story. So it applies to cultures, to nationalities, it applies to businesses, it applies to any kind of social group. Egregores are created where there is a shared narrative, a shared story that everyone subscribes to. And that narrative is a coherent field of energy. It inhabits the mind field, the psycho-energetic environment of conventional consensus reality, what is often called the matrix. An egregore is effectively an artificial intelligence that seeks your unconscious compliance to contribute to its existence. The pressure that you feel intuitively, psychoenergetically, to conform with a culture is the demand of the egregore for you to feed it with your consent, to feed off your energy system. It's draining to comply with it and exhausting to fight it. And it's exhausting because the monster comprises the mental, emotional energy of so many. It is immensely powerful and it will overwhelm your energy system until you take conscious control of your system and empower yourself. And so I'm going to take you through a protocol which is going to help you to hold your center and stand in your power, even though there are demands for you to comply with something that doesn't fit you, but it's very strong in your environment. Now, one thing I want to also bring to your attention is one part of this protocol will require you to say your name. It will go like I and then your name. You know, so for me it would be I, Altazar Rossiter. And for you, you just put your name in there. When you put your name in, say your full name, because that brings your energy and your intent fully into the space of the protocol. And I guess it's now time to begin. And so I would just like you to slow your breathing just Let your breathing slow down. You don't have to force it. Relax into your breath. And maybe think of something or someplace, someone you love, something you love, someplace you love. Imagine being there, engaging in that activity, being in that place or with that person, and just bring that feeling of appreciation of the situation into your awareness, into your body. And so now you say these words: I, and your full name, choose to be present and self-empowered, standing in the truth I am, holding the love I am, at the center I am, so that my vibration contributes to establishing a new harmonious paradigm of existence. A new, mutually supportive, collaborative reality for me to inhabit. I invite the divine intelligence I am to partner with me continuously and support me in this process, even though my resistance or my personal triggers and reactions may challenge me to abandon myself and may cause me to consider continuing to follow an outmoded, existing, conventional paradigm. Divine intelligence, work with every relevant aspect of my being. Work with my mind and mental body. Work with my emotional body. Work with my cellular memory. work with the innate quantum intelligence of my DNA coding. Infuse me with sufficient love and light to completely override, neutralize, and eliminate any programming, any conditioning, any device, any mechanism that causes me to bypass and ignore my connection to the truth I am, and which contrives to keep that bypassing process out of my awareness. Divine intelligence. Clear any mechanism, any device, any programming, any conditioning that absorbs criticism, projections, judgments, shame, blame, guilt, despair from the collective mind field, diminishing my personal vibrational frequency, and which internalizes these energies and takes them in as components of my identity. Divine intelligence, infuse me with sufficient love and light to completely override, neutralize, and eliminate any conditioning, any device, any mechanism that causes me to submit unconsciously, to yield, to the influence of parasitic egregore entities. Melt away all the fear, all the tension, all the trauma, personal and inherited, that I carry in relation to all of these phenomena. Transmute all of these energies into divine love, divine truth, wisdom, compassion, freedom, and authentic self-expression. And by my intent, reconfigure my energy system now to establish and maintain the sovereignty and autonomy of my divine I am intelligence. In every aspect of my life expression. By my intent, reconfigure my energy system now. So as to reject all the judgments, criticisms, and projections that undermine the truth of who I am. By my intent, reconfigure my energy system to establish and maintain immunity to the influence of collective egregore entities. By my intent. reconfigure my system to withdraw my energy contribution from all collective, parasitic, egregore entities by my intent. Reconfigure my energy system to hold space. Space of compassion. Space of kindness. Space of love. For my own transformational process. And for that of humanity in general. Human kind. Do all this for me now with grace and ease in this incarnation, in this time-space reality. And now we say, I, and your full name, withdraw any permission I have given implicitly or explicitly for any being, parasite, intelligence, or egregore entity to attach to me or inhabit my system in any way that suppresses the embodiment and the expression of the truth I am. To attach to me or inhabit my system in any way that allows the energy of my life force to be tapped and drained from my system. And I withdraw any permission I have given, implicitly or explicitly, for any being, parasite, intelligence, or egregore entity to attach to me, to inhabit my system in any way. That prevents my system from configuring itself to terminate and reject all parasitic interference. The possibility of your presence, your existence even, has been overlooked in the same way that your existence is conventionally denied as superstitious rubbish in modern civilization. But I choose to include these possibilities now as part of my process of self-empowerment. And thank you for creating this opportunity for me to understand the truth and the authority I am. So I bless you all with love. And I command you to leave now, to follow the most appropriate path for you. And I direct the multi-dimensional divine intelligence I am, and the light of original source to facilitate this process for all of us with grace, with ease, and with gentleness. Now, thank you. And so it is. Okay, so thank you all for joining me in this process and sharing this protocol with me. Whether you're on the call now or whether you engage with it on the replay, I just want to make sure that you understand that this is actually a very powerful protocol, and it will go deep if you embrace it. It may require considerable integration time. And if you require additional support, you are advised to seek it from a trusted source, because I'm not providing any additional resource here. And I know that it can trigger some deep wounds and deep clearing. So it's as well for you to be aware of that. Drink water, eat protein, support your own process as you need to. And of course, my public workshops are available. And next year's Self-Empowerment Mystery School will help you to go even deeper into your own magic. And a good way to continue your personal unraveling process is to join the online Stay in Flow program. And you can find that on the Bridgman website, which is simply www.bridgman, all one word, .nl. So that's it for now. Go well. Namaste.